Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, another episode of the photography podcast. I'm not going to mess around this week, diving straight into proceedings because we're going to do something very different this week. I'm going to head upstairs in just a second and do a photo shoot. So let's not mess around, let's get up there. Brace yourself for carnage and a mess in here. As you can see, it is a bit of a madhouse in this section. But we've got 5 kittens, all getting to the point where they'll be heading off to a permanent home very soon. And when they were really small, it was great because I came in here with my camera and just did a few bits of fun photography. One of the great aspects, one of my favourite aspects of photography, there's no rule book as to say what you've got to shoot, when you've got to shoot it. It's all up to the person who owns the camera. Unless, of course, you're doing a wedding photography shoot, in which case, I guess, yeah, then you're contracted by the needs of the person that's hired you. Again, same with the client. You get my point. There's, for large parts, unless you're working for someone else, there's no rules. You can do exactly what you want, when you want, with your camera. And you know me, I'm very much a landscape photographer. I love being outside. Just like anyone, when you're around family, when you're around crazy scenes such as this one, it can't be helped but to come up and just do something a little bit different, especially as these little critters, they're not going to be around forever. I'm running out of time. He's just off camera at the moment. There's one Greg, I've named him. I'll come on to names in a second, I'll introduce you to all of these. But one Greg, he's actually going to be going on Thursday. I'm recording this on the Tuesday, so the day that this gets released, Greg, he'll be off to his kind of forever home, if you want to call it that. So this is one of my last opportunities actually to kind of get all 5 kittens together, get them all recorded, do a little bit of photography, and yeah, have a little bit of fun doing something else really, because we want to do our favourite types of photography. It's also great to just challenge ourselves and do other bits of photography at times. So it's just kind of, when I've tried to capture the kittens in the past with some shots, they've kind of been a bit terrified naturally. Cats scared of their own shadows at times, but it's just about playing around. They've just had their lunch as well, so I won't be surprised if in a minute they end up falling asleep. But I'm also, oh, my camera's locked. This is what happens when you play. I said a bit in my last video on Monday, sorry. You play with your settings, you got to remember to put them back afterwards. But at the moment, I'm playing around, and the settings that I'm playing with, I've got automatic, I've got ISO at 2000. I might have to actually put the ISO on 2000 just to be on the safe side. But that only leaves me with 1/60th of a second. It's only a very small room where I'm in at the moment. I've got 2 kittens. Stop playing around with the tripod. Yeah, Greg, come and say hello. Greg, come and say hello. This is Greg. This is Greg. Greg's the ginger one. We've got Racer here. We've got 2 on top of the little pen where they sometimes sleep. One of them's Racer's being a bit of a trapeze artist at the moment. We've got Callie, she's the calico. And then we've got a Tortie who's just in the background. She's called Darwin. You don't want to know why. And then we've got Spots. Spots is out of view at the moment. He might be coming into view in a little bit now. Oh, he might have just come into shot. He's just having a bit of a fight with his brother. That's Spots. This is difficult because you're dealing with, of course, landscape photography. I find it is brilliant at times because apart from a sunrise, apart from a light which can be fleeting and which can go from 1 minute to the next, the scene pretty much sits still. You don't have to worry about it moving. But with animals, with wildlife, I'm absolutely terrible because they're always moving, they're never standing still. So I've got to make sure, like I say, 1/60th of a second, it's not good enough, is it? So I've just raised the ISO right now to ISO 10,000. Let's see. You see that? This is the thing. Tried to take a shot just a minute ago, and Kelly, all she did was turn around, so I didn't get her on the face. I've got two over here, just outside the camera. This is almost going to be a disaster. I'm trying to take pictures now, and I think what I'll have to do at times, that's a shot. Nope. You see, I wasted time. I wasted time talking, and the shot disappeared. I'm also kind of shooting at 105mm of a focal length, just so I'm nicely out of the way, so I don't have to move too much. I've got Darwin. Darwin's turn is to play with the tripod. Oh, this is something new. This is something new. What's going on? What's going on? Something new is happening. Spots has decided to walk like a human on two legs. God knows what he's doing there. I'm trying to get the autofocus to work as well. That's the next issue, but I think it's going to be the case as well of just tracking them every now and again and then just seeing what I can end up with. Won't win any awards, but it's not the point, is it? It's just having a bit of fun. They're still so young, like you try and put your hand out to let them come to you, give them a stroke, give them a bit of fuss, and they see all these fingers and they're just terrified to love them. It's going to be crazy because, of course, they're coming up to about 9 weeks. I think they're 9 weeks as of yesterday, which was Monday. And the 9 weeks has just flown by. It really, really has. I've got one of them just sitting here in the thing. I think he wants to be a little bit. I think we've got Spots here, just sitting in his little home, just wanting to be a little bit famous, but yeah, you see there's still that little nervousness in them. The others are all just hanging around. Darwin here, she's got this beautiful, beautiful look on her face. She looks absolutely petrified. But in terms of the photography itself, I'm not the only one. Am I? Like, we've got all this kind of expensive gear. Well, this isn't even expensive compared to what some people's setups are. But just having to stop talking for a minute. There's maybe a scene here. There's maybe a scene. There. Did I get it? Did I get it? Maybe. I'll have to see if it's in focus. Like I say, shooting at 1/200th of a second, it might not be the best shutter speed at the moment. So we've got this expensive gear, and we can't just use it for the hobby. We can't just use it for landscape photography. We've got to use it on other vocations as well. Maybe I'd have been best just using my phone with this scenario. There'd been nothing wrong with doing that. But oh, hang on, we've got one chewing on wires. You don't chew on wires, Darwin. You see, that is why she's called Darwin. If you've ever heard of the Darwin Awards, that is what she's named after. She's a bit daft when she's a little baby. This is Greg. This is Greg. Yeah. Like I say, he's going to be going off to his little... You're going to be leaving me, aren't you? You're going to be leaving me, aren't you? And he's like, I don't know what you're saying. But what's that? What are you saying? What are you saying? Oh, he says to like the video. That's a really good point. Oh, what else are you saying? What else are you saying? He says comment if you think I'm cute. What do you think? Do you think Greg looks cute? Yeah. Yeah, you're a very cute little pussycat, aren't you? It's going to be amazing to see. Hopefully I'll see you grow up. Oh, did you have one last thing to say? Yeah. You make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out with the algorithm. It's amazing what these kittens can say. We've got 2 of the kittens just wondering what on earth is going on now. Let's just see. Oh, I've got you. No, I haven't. You're moving. Oh, you. Autoflag. I've got 2 of them playing just over in the corner. Absolutely lovely. But this is just terrible because I'm trying to get images as we speak, and my success rate is very, very low. Equally, I'm imagining they're all thinking, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Have we got... There's a potential couple of shots there. Just look at those on the back. Maybe the timing wasn't right, but it's all just about having a little bit of fun. There needs to be nothing serious about photography. It's all just about sitting back and enjoying the moments that we're presented with. Sometimes it might be a glorious moment out on location. A video I've got coming up soon when I'm out shooting bluebells. Ow, 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 ow. I've got Greg biting my socks. For some reason he likes socks. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Are you going to turn round? Are you going to turn round? Nope, nothing there. No, you're moving. You're moving. I've got that one there. Close to getting something. Greg, that's not a play toy. He's just jumping around on the tripod a second ago. Oh, have we got a little shot here? This is why it's great to be able to flip out the screen whenever I need to, because I can't get down nice and low, and it just saves me the absolute bother. Oh, I've got my best one there. I think I've got my best one there. That is one to share up on screen. See, it's all luck. I could get back to Lightroom and every single one of these shots could be downright rubbish. I'm not even trying to mess around with the settings too much. It's just seeing what works and what doesn't. That really was a lot of fun, very chaotic. As I said before, I went into the room and something very different to what I normally do. But like I say, photography is all about stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something a little bit different and just having fun with the camera from time to time. Now, I've already looked through some of the images, I must admit. At one point, Racer, he jumped up on the windowsill, and there's a lovely minimalistic image that I got of him just standing by the window. However, there was another shot of Greg where he kind of got up on his on his back legs and he kind of sat up. It was one of those where if I didn't get the shot there and then, I'd have missed it because they're just so quick. So like I said, it's one reason why I love landscape photography. You've got all the time in the world. I'll never get into pet photography, wildlife photography full time. It just happens far too quickly. I'm too slow. Maybe if I did it more often, then my ability to hit the shutter button, I'd maybe shoot at higher resolution, at a higher frame rate, maybe, so that I could get the images at a quicker pace. But I think I'm going to stick with landscape photography. There was one image where Greg, he was up, he had his hands up, it looked like I was holding a gun to him. I wasn't, I promise you that. It looked like he had his hands up playing cops and robbers maybe. But unfortunately, I didn't get that shot in focus. It's a shame, but it's what happens when you're working with characters who aren't going to listen to you. They're never going to listen to what you want them to do. And on that note, you take care. It's been something very different, something very fun, I'd call it. For me anyway, this week's video. But like I say, you take care. Have a great week, and I'll see you on the next one. It's bye from me.